What is going on, world? What's up, everyone? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new Starcraft 2 video. This one is between two players on the WCS Pro circuit, spawning here in the top left-hand corner of Acid Plant LE, playing with the blue Zerg pieces. We have a player who goes by the name of Lambo. And his opponent spawning in the cross position playing with the red Protoss pieces. We have a player who's very well known in the StarCraft 2 Pro scene. His name is ShoWTimE. So, guys and girls, I'm really excited about this game between these two players. I've been talking a lot about Lambo, guys, and how this guy has been able to play with some of the best players out there in the world. And ShoWTimE, guys, is definitely one of those incredible players with the Protoss pieces. He is an absolute beast and a lot of fun to watch with the Protoss pieces. But Lambo, guys, has really been the story, at least for me here for quite some time. I've been really enjoying watching his strategies as he goes up against some of the best players in the world. It's been something to watch, and he's definitely somebody that we will have to keep our eyes on in the future. But looks like both players, guys, looks like a hatch gas pool is going to be coming out of Lambo, and it looks like a probe has been sent across the map very early. There is going to be a gateway, of course, into a simulator, and now a natural nexus is going to be going down here for ShoWTimE. So nothing completely out of the ordinary by either one of these players so far. Looks like a Cybernetics core is going to be coming out of ShoWTimE as well. And the early probe scout definitely will kind of definitely helps the Protoss players just see if there's any pushes or any timings on third bases that they need to know about, possibly a second gas, so on and so forth. Lambo's going to be sending an Overlord here to see exactly what's going on. He's going to see that there really isn't much that is out of the ordinary, at least at this the early stages here of the game. But pretty basic, and pretty looks like we're setting ourselves up for a possible macro-focused game here. There is going to be a Stargate coming out of ShoWTimE, so that's not too out of the ordinary either. I'll be interested to see if he's going to decide to go with Phoenixes. He loves the Phoenix play, but it will be interesting to see if he decides to go with Phoenixes or Oracles out of that Stargate. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Third base is now going down here for Lambo. So it looks like he's planning on playing the macro-focused game here. Warp Gate research is going to be coming up here for ShoWTimE. Looks like he's going to be getting an Adept out here very shortly. A Zergling speed upgrade is going to be started for our Zerg player, and the Shaden comes in just to probably get some scouting information. He does not decide to commit there. Does look like Lambo has decided to go ahead into the main base, wants to see exactly what's going on. He's going to see that there is, of course, a Stargate, and the Phoenix is going to come out and going to get that Overlord kill here. A second gateway is going to be coming up here for ShoWTimE. And like I said, guys, it looks like, from the looks of it at least, looks like we're going to get a pretty standard game here. And I love this. I love seeing exactly what both players do in the macro-focused style when it comes to the ZVP matchup. Should be interesting, to say the least. Looks like there are some Zerglings that are starting to kind of run across the map here, try to see if there's any information that they can get at this point. There is going to be a Phoenix coming across the map here. Looks like another Phoenix is going to be coming out of that Stargate, and a second Stargate is going to be coming up here, so this is going to get interesting. There is going to be a second Stargate, and I'm wondering if ShoWTimE is going to go ahead and start mass producing Phoenixes, because this is what he does very well. There is going to be a Phoenix as well as an Oracle. This could do a little bit of some damage. Nothing too crazy though as of yet though. Does look like double Phoenixes are going to be coming out of those Stargates, so that is definitely something we'll have to keep an eye out on. Lambo has decided to go ahead and get his lair as well as a Roach Warren. So I'm wondering if Lambo, I don't believe Lambo knows about this second Stargate yet. There's more and more of these Phoenixes that are going to be coming out here. Gonna have to definitely keep our eyes on that. Looks like ShoWTimE is planning on getting his third Nexus out at this point. And this Phoenix is going to do a little bit of some scouting, which definitely helps out as we approach, you know, the mid game here of this matchup. Zerglings are starting to move out here. Some of these Zerglings are probably going to try to see if they can get an angle here. Does not look like that's going to be the case. Lambo just wants to see if there's any kind of information he can get, and now he's going to see all of these Phoenixes coming out here of ShoWTimE, and I wonder if he's going to be ready for this. It does look like he's going to add another Spore Crawler to that third base expansion, and he's got 4 queens, so he should be able to shoo this army away, at least for now. But ShoWTimE is very scary with these Phoenixes. He's going to get the quick pickups here on numerous amounts of these drones here. You got to be very careful, though. You don't want to lose a bunch of these Phoenixes to these Spore Crawlers. Another Spore Crawler is going to be coming up here. Hydra Den is going to begin production. And just like that, ShoWTimE is getting a lot of value out of all these Phoenixes. Getting a lot of value. There is going to be a Spire coming out. Very interesting decision here out of our Zerg player here. But it does look like ShoWTimE is just trying to keep his opponent here at home. He's going to try to get as many kills. Those pickups are absolutely beautiful, and he is just consistently getting more and more value out of all these units. Lambo still is ahead of the worker count, but this definitely helps ShoWTimE with expanding now. This is definitely going to help him out quite a bit. We do see that 4th base coming out of Lambo at this point, but my God, these Phoenixes could take out an entire mineral line in a matter of seconds if you are not careful. There are a lot of queens, though. I don't know if ShoWTimE knows about this Spire, though. Interestingly enough, there are going to be a bunch of Corruptors coming up here, so they will be able to fend off a bunch of these Phoenixes here. And it looks like both players are giving each other a decent amount of respect. Charge is going to be started, and there are a lot of gateways coming up here for our Protoss player. We'll have to kind of keep an eye on that. Lots of gateways. Looks like he's going to probably go into some significant play with some Zealots as well, with some upgrades. Looks like a couple of Void Rays are going to be coming out of these Stargates as well. Very interesting decision making here. Twilight Council's up, and you know, right now it's hard to tell who's really got an advantage here. I would have to say ShoWTimE's probably got a little bit of an advantage simply because of how many workers he was able to kill off there. And it looks like there are some Corruptors that are coming into this main base location. Got to be very careful how you deal with this situation. These Corruptors can do some significant damage. They are going to try to go after that Forge here, and it's going to go down very quickly. But you got to be very careful. If you're a Lambo, you do not want to overextend here. I think he might be overextending just a little bit. These Void Rays are out as well, and you got to be extremely careful with this Death Ball of units. Now, there are more and more Hydras and Zerglings coming out of our Zerg player, so I'm wondering if Lambo is going to push here relatively soon. He's going on to that gold base, which will be his 5th base location here, and the queens are pooled as well, so these queens are going to be very helpful with diffusing this army. But we got to see exactly what's going to happen here, because there are a lot of Immortals as well as Sentries. You got to be super careful how you take on this army. It looks like the force fields are going to go down here, and I wonder if there's going to be quite enough. There are going to be a lot of these air units for the Protoss player, and that shield battery is going to give a lot of value. But just like that, ShoWTimE's supply is starting to plummet here. There is a lot of Zerg units right here at his front doorstep. You got to be super careful. The force fields are very good, but I do think that possibly that Lambo is definitely ahead right now, getting a lot of value with those queens. The queens are getting the diffuses in, and just like that, so ShoWTimE supply has gone down, you know, pretty handily right now, and this creep spread is definitely out of control right now. These queens are doing significant amounts of help here for our Zerg player. And it does look like that infestation pit's going to be coming out of Lambo at this point. Now, it looks like the surround is going to try to happen here. You got to be so careful. You don't want to lose all these air units for practically free. And it looks like our Zerg player is going to jump on what is going to be the 4th base location, and he's continuing to move on here. And he gets that cancel, which is going to help out so much. 6th base is going to be coming up here for Lambo, and Lambo is just starting to take over. I mean, this creep spread is all the way into ShoWTimE's territory. Now, he has decided to get this base instead, and it looks like Lambo is not going to let this one happen either. He does not want to let this happen. Now, there are High Templar out. You got to be very careful about those storms. But I gotta say, the army of Lambo is pretty big at this point. You gotta be really careful, though. These Immortals are gonna be so helpful. The storms are absolutely beautiful, but I don't know. The diffuses have been super helpful at this point. And just like that, I think ShoWTimE has taken this engagement absolutely. And I wonder if he's gonna start pushing onto the creep here with this army. Beautiful play here by ShoWTimE. He's really taking the fight now over to the Zerg player here. He's bringing his ground-based units onto very heavily onto creep here. You do not want to overextend, but these Immortals are doing so much damage here, and the Phoenixes as well as those Void Rays are doing so much for ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE is showing us just how good he is with these Protoss units. And there's going to be a warping of more and more High Templar here. And oh my god, the amount of units that are going down here for Lambo. His supply is starting to plummet here, even though he's got a lot of units out. You've got to be really careful moving on to creep, though. These Immortals are going to take so many hits from these these Hydras. And with all of these upgrades coming up here for the Protoss player, I don't know how much longer can Lambo hold on here. These storms, if they hit perfectly, it's going to spell disaster for our Zerg player. The High Templar are starting to come in here. You got to be really careful. The storms are hitting. And oh my god, the amount of Immortals here are doing so much damage to all of these units. And now the drones have been pulled. And this is desperation moment for Lambo, and Lambo knows it. This base is absolutely under fire. GG is called, and ShoWTimE is showing us why he is one of the best Protoss players out there, and he does that against a up-and-coming Zerg player. I hope you guys did enjoy this game between ShoWTimE and Lambo, and if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and as always, I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.